This is Galley Head Lighthouse, and it's as close as you can get to it. I wouldn't recommend coming up here. It's all private property, no trespassers. It is one of the great lighthouses in Ireland, part of their tourism campaign, but this is as close as you're going to get, I'm afraid.
Through there is the old head of Kinsale Lighthouse, which you're also unable to visit. Come quite a long way. This is probably 800 kilometres into the trip, but now it's a private golf course, so unless you want to pay to become a member, you're not going to be able to see the lighthouse. Not even just to look at it for a second, apparently. So just to start, I've been a big supporter of the Great Lighthouses of Ireland initiative. I've always seen it as a great way to promote maritime heritage and to get more people genuinely interested in lighthouses and local history. And also, to be clear from the outset, I absolutely loved my trip down Ireland's Wild Atlantic Way. I cycled nearly 1,000 kilometres and I saw loads of beautiful lighthouses that are clearly really well looked after by the Commissioners of Irish Lights. It's a core belief of mine that heritage should be accessible to everyone. That belief is part of why I run Lighthouse Explorers, so while most of my trip was amazing, the end of it has left me feeling a little bit disheartened, and I think it's worth talking about why. So let's start with Galley Head. It's absolutely stunning and perched way up on a high cliff. It really feels like a storybook lighthouse. You can get a great view of it from Longstrand Beach, which I would recommend visiting. I was really excited to see this lighthouse. It was lit in 1878, automated in 1979, and they still have a former keeper acting as caretaker, which I think is a lovely touch and a real nod to its living history. It's part of the Great Lighthouses of Ireland group, and even though it's not listed as one with a visitor centre or tours, it's still featured on the official map and materials. So to cycle up the hill, adding an extra 12 kilometres of my journey and be faced with these huge private property keep out signs, it was really pretty disappointing. You can stay there overnight, sure, but it's about €350 a night, and that's really the only way to see it up close that I can gather. And now, to be fair, I am sure there are rules and reasons for this that I don't know about. Maybe locals have bought up access to the road, or there are other legal reasons that the commissioners couldn't get around. But whatever the explanation, the result is the same. A place that's being promoted as part of this National Heritage Project is effectively shut off from the public. And it's hard to stomach, especially when I've been championing this initiative as something inclusive and meaningful. Then there's the old head of Kinsale Lighthouse. There's been a lighthouse on this site since pre-Christian times, and the current 19th century tower is meant to be beautiful, or so I've seen in photos, because I did not get to see it in person. Technically there are open days, which is something, but day to day it's inside an exclusive golf resort with more luxury accommodation and again restricted access. On the way up you pass these gorgeous old stone ruins which are now topped with barbed wire, which is not subtle imagery. And the thing is, I've been to other golf courses with lighthouses like Turnberry in Scotland, and even that manages to allow walkers and visitors to get to the lighthouse. And that's Donald Trump's golf course, so if they can manage it there, it feels like it should have been possible at the old head of Kinsale as well. And just to be absolutely clear, I'm not asking for special treatment. I don't want a private tour. I don't think that anyone should have to pay hundreds of euros just to walk up to a historic landmark and take that in. I wholeheartedly believe that people should be able to walk to these places, experience them and connect with them and the stories that they carry. That's what heritage is, and at the end of the trip that was otherwise incredible, it just ended up leaving me quite disappointed. I've previously recommended the Great Lighthouses of Ireland as a brilliant lighthouse road trip, and I have to be honest, I don't feel comfortable saying that anymore. There are a few which are tourist attractions which you can still get into, Loop Head being one of them. So I'm not saying don't visit any of the great lighthouses, but I mean, don't treat it as a road trip. There are so many other beautiful places in Ireland to explore, lots of other lighthouses to be seen, and these experiences didn't detract from that. I'd love for you all to enjoy it as I've done, and ultimately I did have an amazing trip. But I'd be letting myself down, and maybe some of you guys too, if I didn't point this out. I don't want to sugarcoat the whole trip and purposefully omit parts of the experience. And maybe others don't see this as a problem, don't see it in the same way, and that's 100% fine. But for me, it mattered. And yeah, I would like it to be better. If you made it to the end of the video, I apologise for the sunglasses. My glasses are still broken, and these are prescription. So yeah, I'm gonna look like, I don't know, I'm trying to be a 70s rock and roll pop star for the next few weeks.